come in. I'm Sydney.
Hi, Sydney. I'm Kristen.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How was your day?
Fine. The traveling was kind of a pain in the ass to get here, but
Really?
it was fine. Yeah.
Okay, so before we start, I just want to let you know that we have a confidentiality agreement.
Yes.
So whatever's said between us stays between us. There are a couple exceptions. There's if you're subpoenaed by court.
Okay.
If you impose a threat to yourself or others, or if any child abuse is mentioned, or like any neglect or anything like that is being brought forward.
So, like, what about past child abuse? Is that fine?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, so I have a document that just says exactly what I said. So if you understand everything I just said, you can sign it.
Okay.
All right. So what brings you in today?
I am here today because I need to find a way to get back my daughter.
Oh, was your daughter taken away, or was she?
I had my daughter at the age of 18. I got pregnant at 17. My parents don't think I'm a fit parent, so they kind of took her under the wing, and they have custody of her right now. I went to see a lawyer, and he referred me to you because he said that you'd be able to help me potentially get my daughter back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your daughter is with your parents right now?
Yeah, she's staying with them full time.
And how's your relationship with your parents? Do you get along, or?
My parents, I feel like they have it out for me. We've never ever gotten along. They took my daughter, which, I mean, it's okay, and I'm happy that they're taking care of her and they're raising her well. But it's my daughter, not theirs.
Yeah.
So they don't like the way I am. They don't like my lifestyle, so they don't think I should have her.
What do you mean by lifestyle?
My job. They don't like the way I make my money, and they don't like the way I support myself.
And when you say support yourself, what do you mean by that?
I'm an exotic dancer.
Okay.
So, in their other terms, I'm a stripper, but I'm not like the regular strippers. Like I don't just stick around. Like I'm not a hooker on the side kind of thing. I do my job. I make my money. And I leave.
Yeah. And when did you start dancing?
I would say I started flaunting myself. I'd say at the age of 16 or 17. Yeah, I had to start supporting myself then. I had a job, but I wasn't making nearly enough money, and I met someone and they said I could make more money than a regular Timmy's part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into the industry, and it's a tough one, but I make good bucks, so I guess that helps me out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you like your job?
I don't think anyone in the kind of exotic dancing industry really likes their job. There's a lot of men that beat you and men that do dirty, nasty things to some of the women. But I mean, for the most part, it's good because I do make a lot of money. And there's a lot of dirty drugs and a lot of nastiness and poorness in the industry.
And have you ever done drugs while you're at work, or?
Oh yes, I take drugs.
Yeah.
I'm not addicted or anything. I smoke weed pretty regularly, but who doesn't now, right? And I do a little bit of cocaine, like when I'm on stage. Like it just helps with the boost. It helps make you want to go out there in front of everyone. And I guess it helps you.
And did you just start doing drugs when you started your work, or before?
Yep, I'd say when I was about 17. When I was 17, I'd say I'd start drinking. Like, some of the men would buy you shots, and so I'd take the shot. And why wouldn't I? Like, I need to make my money, right? So And then the girls, I noticed that some of the girls, like, they would dance all day and then street walk all night, so they'd have cocaine and they'd do that all the time. So then they introduced it to me, and
Yeah.
it's just good for the stage. I mean, it's just good for the hype.
Okay. And when you said street walked, have you ever?
Prostituted myself on the street? No, I haven't gone on the streets, but no, I haven't gone on the streets. But I mean, like, you know how you do your casual lap dance and your stuff in the private room and the stripper hall, but never the streets.
Yeah. And does your daughter know about your work or how you make money or anything like that?
Nope. I tell her mommy just dances. I used to be a dancer when I was little, so I just told her mommy just dances. And I don't get to see her often. I maybe see her once every few months, but when I do see her, she's adorable. She's very cute.
So that transition from dancing when you were little to dancing now.
Yeah.
What is that transition like? Do you feel like
Bring something back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm doing something I love, right? I mean, like, I know some people may think of it like you're a stripper, you're selling your body, but I'm not. I'm dancing and doing something I love, and people love what I do. So I like it. Yeah.
So with your daughter, why are you not allowed to see her because of your profession, or if your parents know about your the drugs?
Well, my parents know that I'm a stripper. They know that I work long hours. They know that they do know that I drink sometimes. They know about the drugs, but I mean, I don't have an addiction, so I don't see why it's such a big deal. It's not like I'm coming home and doing lines. It's like I'm not an addict. I'm not doing it all day every day. You know, I do it here and there, but they've seen me have to bounce off couches here and there. But I've never been homeless. I mean, but I guess they just don't want me with her, so they took custody.
And in order to get custody back, what do you think you have to do?
I don't know. I don't really think I need to change anything about myself. I think I'm fine the way I am. I just need to get my daughter back.
Yeah. And do you have any significant others in your life?
Nope, just me. We do have I have the men. I don't think I'll ever have a significant other. Men are dirty and I like myself and I like being alone. I just like dancing for them because that's the way I make money. I don't think I'll ever have a significant other.
You said that you had your daughter when you were really young. What was that like?
It was tough. It was especially tough with my parents. I moved out at 16 or 17. Like, I ran away, and then I had to support myself. And then, unfortunately, one night while I was dancing, I ended up sleeping with one of my clients. I ended up getting pregnant, and no one had support for me. I don't have any health benefits, so I couldn't get an abortion, and I didn't want to just throw my daughter away. Like, I didn't want to throw something I made away, so I decided to keep her, and now I just want her back.
Well, it definitely takes a really strong person to do what you've done and be able to have a child that young. And
Thank you. Thank you.
So, your relationship with your parents, you said it's not very good.
No, not at all.
Why is that? What happened?
We used to be close. We used to be a really good family. My dad and I were good. We're not as good as what I wish we were or what we used to be. Particularly my fault. When I was 16 years old, I ran away. My mom and I hate my mother. My mother and I do not have a relationship. We will never have a relationship. I told her something that I wish she was a mother for, and I wish she confided in me, and I wish she loved me, I guess. I told her something, and she shot me down. She told me I wasn't worthy and that I was a liar. And that I couldn't live with myself. So I basically I didn't like that, and I believed I shouldn't have been treated that way. So because of her and because of her being a bitch, I guess I kind of just said fuck it, ran away. And my dad never understood, and I'm still to this day I've never told him. We're not friends really. He thinks I'm an asshole, but I wish he could understand. But my mom and I, no, never have a relationship. Don't like her.
You said that there was a big secret in something that you told her, and if you don't mind me asking, I know it might be hard.
Yeah.
What happened that you didn't click with her?
Well, something happened when I was very young. No, what you said about the child abuse and, like, if I tell you anything. So, like, if I tell you something about something that happened to me when I was way back when, nothing will happen, right?
No.
Like, okay, so, like, everything will be kept secret?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just between you and I.
Okay, because I've only ever told my mom, and when I told my mom, she really shot me down, so, like, it's just something I don't tell.
It's harder
Mm-hmm.
after you told someone that.
Yeah.
On my own and talk to other people
Want
about
to,
it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say when I was about 6 years old, I used to be babysat by my mom's best friend, and she had a son. And one day we went out for a bike ride, and he was touching me, and he molested me and raped me, and it happened for a few years, and I didn't realize what was going on, and I didn't realize it was bad, and I guess I just lived with it, and I remember coming home every day and just thinking it was normal and whatever, right? So then I remember I started getting older. I was probably in about grade 6, and I remember it clicked in what sexual assault was, and I started learning in class like what was wrong, what was right, and then I remembered about when I was 6 years old when I got raped, and then I finally said like maybe I should tell someone, maybe I should come out with someone. This is why I don't like telling people things and whatever, but like so I went out and I told my mom, and I told her that her best friend's son was doing all this to me, and she didn't believe me. She told me I was a lying bitch. She told me that I was just doing it for attention. She was telling me that I was not worthy, so on and so forth. So that's why I don't have a relationship with my mom. And that's a very big kept secret that I've never told, and I've just been living it with it, I guess, my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And have you seen the boy who did this to you since then?
Yeah, I've seen him a few times. I won't have any communication with him. Just like how my mom said, it didn't happen, right? So I have to act like it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do ever see him, I just have to ignore it,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of hard to ignore something that when someone once raped you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and what about the mother of the son? Was anything said to her, or?
my mom was best friends with her. Still to this day, he talks to her. So it just shows to me that my mom doesn't give a fuck about me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't want her doing the same thing to my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So I want my daughter.
Exactly. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we were talking before about significant others. Do you think that what happened to you when you were younger has any effect at all of how your relationship with men now?
Oh
What do you
yeah,
think?
definitely. I don't trust men. It was supposed to be a babysitter,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then he just ended up raping me. So no, I don't think I'll ever. That's definitely why.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems to me that you've come to terms that it's not your fault. That wasn't your fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have. I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how is being like growing up and knowing what happened and being able to keep that inside? How did that feel?
I always ran away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess by the time that I turned 16 and 16 is when I could get a job. Like I could like on my own, and I could start living on my own, and it wouldn't be weird necessarily. So I guess that's when I was like, you know what, I can do this on my own. Went out and got a job. I come to terms that it wasn't my fault, but in order to deal with the men, and in order to deal with all the bullshit in my life, I guess I kind of deal with it by doing cocaine and dancing up there, and just like the cocaine gives me kind of like a nice rush. So I kind of just run away from everything with it, and it helps me run away, and it's just there.
So the cocaine and the drugs just help you escape.
It helps me release. I'm not addicted, definitely not, but I do like it. I definitely do like cocaine.
So you said that your father and your relationship isn't as strong as it used to be. Does he have any idea of what happened?
No. He has no idea.
And what do you think your relationship would be like if maybe one day you talked to him about what happened? Just him.
I think if I told my dad about what happened, he would be very upset with himself that he wasn't there for me. So I feel like me running away and me just ignoring it and acting like I'm just being an asshole and running away kind of thing, like I'm being that daughter that ran away and neglected their parents. I think that may be easier than me coming out and telling my dad that, hey, guess what? Remember when I ran away? I was kind of raped. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like that would make him feel very powerless and as if he wasn't there for me. So, I don't know. I've never really thought of it. My dad and I used to be best friends. We used to, like, you know, we were that relationship. I was daddy's girl. But then as soon as it happened, like, as soon as I realized and I learned that everything was bad and that I was raped, that, I guess, him and I just stopped talking.
And your mom, do you think you would ever want to bring that relationship back together?
I would like to mend the relationship and at least understand why. Now I know she's never going to come to terms with me being raped, and like I understand she'll probably never come to terms with that ever happening to me. Maybe she's like, I wonder if she's just like scared that it happened to me, so she doesn't want to believe that it happened. Like I wish that's why she was so angry with me and believed it didn't happen. But like, so somewhere in my heart wishes that, but somewhere in my gut like just makes me feel like she just doesn't care, and that she just like.
Do you almost blame her? Not that it was her fault that it happened, but do you blame her for having a childhood
The way I did.
the way that you did?
Yes, I blame my mother 100%.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for my mother shutting me down after I opened up to her, I believe I would definitely be more of an open person. I would probably have a better relationship with my mom. I would still be at home, and I probably wouldn't be here right now. I definitely wouldn't be here right now. So yes, I do blame my mother.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you want to change your lifestyle right now? You said that in order. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
You said that you want your daughter back, and in order to do that, do you think that there's steps that need to be taken by everyone in order for that to happen?
Yeah, because I guess it would be bad to have a stripper as a mom, right? I guess it would be bad to have that picture, that painted picture. One day I wish not be like I don't want to be a stripper my whole life. I want to be able to go to school. I want to be able to be a mom, and I want to be able to care for my daughter and not in a negative way. I don't want to show her that this is how I make my money. I want her to be an Einstein. I want her to, you know what I mean? I want to show that I'm doing everything that I'm doing for her. So, like, I don't want to be a stripper, and I don't want to do drugs anymore. I definitely don't want to be that mom. So I guess there are steps that need to be taken from everyone. Yeah, I agree.
So talking about the here and now, what do you think your first step should be? Maybe let's think about maybe the cope. Maybe
Changing my lifestyle with drugs. I guess in order to be a healthy mom, I guess I have to start changing my drugs. And then with my drugs, though, I have to change my work. And then with my work, there we go, I guess.
Chain treatment to chain reaction.
Yeah, I guess if I stop the drugs, then I stop my work. And then if I stop my work, then there, I guess first I should start looking for a new job. Clean up my drugs and start looking for a new job.
Good, so we have a plan.
Yeah.
So, drugs. It's, you know how hard it is to stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, maybe with a little bit of support, it might be a little bit easier. So, there's different kinds of programs that we can get involved with.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Narcotics Anonymous?
Is that the kind of thing where people sit around and they kind of like, I'm Samantha and I'm an alcoholic.
It's kind of stereotyping a little bit, but it's along those lines. You get to talk about what your life is like and listen to other people and how well they're doing and what they've done to help themselves change. And maybe you'll find someone who's in a similar position.
Okay.
So I think it's every week. So maybe I definitely want to keep seeing you again.
Yes, please. I enjoyed this meeting.
So I can get you some pamphlets for Narcotics Anonymous, and we'll make a schedule to meet again next week. So now that we have a plan to start looking for different jobs and get in with meetings.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you feel good about this?
I
Starting
do.
on a roll?
Yeah, I also have one question to ask of you.
Sure.
Is there any way, if we can get a hold of Children's Aid Society or something to do with that, and maybe set up a meeting with my daughter? I haven't seen her in a few months. So if we would be able to do that, and I could talk to her and maybe show her that I'm her mother.
Maybe bring her in with to a counseling session with you, me, your daughter, and a social worker, maybe.
Yeah.
And all sit together and talk and
have fun.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Okay. We'll meet again next week.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.